What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if something's been going on over there at the good old YouTube recently. Back-end stuff, more about the channel stuff. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand why I'm making this video, because I do not want to come across like I'm whining or begging or literally anything like that. Ultimately, I'm happy with what we've been able to do with this channel. It's literally a plus channel to Podcast Now. I make videos here because I like making videos, and it gives me a chance to talk about things that I wouldn't talk about on the main channel, right? All of that stuff. I truly mean that, and I truly want you all to know that. So thanks for everybody that watches. I know I've gotten some, responses to this fluctuating subscriber thing with people saying, don't worry about the numbers, and I don't. Really, once you get past 1,000, the numbers don't matter in terms of subscribers. Get to 1,000, get monetized, and then after that, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. I like to see the number always increase, but the reason why I bring this up, the reason why I have this video, is I don't understand what's going on with some of the subscriber numbers. And honestly, why I'm making this video, hopefully other people, if there are other people that are having this issue, we now have common ground, right? Maybe people say, hey, I've been having some odd things going on with my YouTube numbers, and oh, yours is actually the same. So what do I mean by this? Well, again, look, numbers going up and down, it happens. It happens naturally. It happens, I guess, specifically when you look at a channel, say, around this size, you're not always going to have days where the subscribers are greater than the subscribers lost. On my main channel, every day, I do gain more than I lose. So I lose every single day. I lose people on the main channel, but I also gain more. So it never really looks like anything on the main channel. This channel, the numbers are just kind of easier to monitor, right? Because it's smaller. Well, I noticed something recently, right? So recently, I reached over 6,100 subscribers, okay? And I got about 30, 40 subscribers in about a day or two, which is more than normal. Normally, I mean, it can go from 1 subscriber a day, 5 subscribers a day, but I gained about 30 plus in a 2-day span, okay? So I gained them all. And then once I reached, and it was 6,104, I believe, I reached that number, and now we're sitting at, when I'm recording this at least, and that's going to be important, 6,059. Okay, so I've lost quite a bit from like the net gain, right? Even from people that have joined the channel since that happened, I've lost quite a bit. And now again, I get it. This is not me whining about it. I don't care about the difference between 6,100 and 6,000, let's say, but I do find it very odd how these people are leaving, right? Because if I was upsetting people, if I was doing something stupid, people make mistakes, people do some dumb stuff on YouTube, and people will leave the channel because of that. And sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not, but whatever. Sometimes it's on the creator, and I totally understand that. And I do think I've lost people in the last, say, 2 or 3 weeks since that's happened. Naturally, I put up a video they didn't like, or they came for one reason and they didn't really see that reason continue. They didn't see that kind of thing again on the channel, so they left. But there's one little category in the analytics that I've always never really known what it was. I don't think anybody knows what it is, and it's becoming a problem because all the people that are leaving are actually coming from this one place. Okay, so let's look at the analytics. So what you're seeing here is, the back end stuff, and more specific, this is very specific data here, subscription source, and it shows people that gained and lost. So I only isolated it to when I lost subscribers. So these are only things that you lose. You can see, on March 23rd, 6, March 24th, lost 23. But you see every day you lose subscribers, right? No matter what. But there's obviously huge peaks. 23 subs lost in a day is quite a bit for a channel like mine. That's actually enormous. And then 32 subscribers lost on March 27th. That is gigantic. That's the biggest loss I've ever had in a single day on this channel. It's also actually one of the biggest days on any of my, even Podcast Now, 70 plus thousand subscribers where I lose subs every single day, right? This would be one of the higher days even on that channel. Okay, so maybe I said something stupid. Maybe I did something stupid. Well, actually, I didn't. You look down here, it tells you where they come from, right? It tells you subscribers gained, subscribers lost, and then it gives you the reason on the left side, other, your YouTube channel, closed accounts, YouTube watch page, subscription feed. So some of these would be, I imagine, how I read into it, your own fault, right? If it's like a subscription feed or even like your YouTube channel, right? So it's like somebody is on your channel, they watched your video and they say, you know what, I'm not feeling it. Again, I have no issue with that. And you can see your YouTube channel. I lost 16 subs in this, span of time from that. Subscription feed, I lost 2. Closed accounts. Closed accounts always freaking get me. YouTube is closing a lot of accounts, right? 7. So I lost 7 subscribers just because YouTube shut down accounts. Okay, but why did I lose those gigantic numbers? Well, other. And other is literally described as subscriptions from other sources. Before September of 2017, 6 years ago, this category was called channel/other and included sources that are now included in their own category. So, I mean, that's a horrible description. I mean, honestly, that is a pathetic description of what other is. And again, I've seen this site page, right? Like I look at my analytics, I know this stuff. I've never known what other has ever meant, right? Like I've clicked on that question mark before, read that description. I never knew. Ultimately, it's never really affected me, right? At least on, well, I would say on any of my channels, it's never really become such a big deal. So I never really cared, right? It's like, well, I don't know where people sub or unsub from this other category. I have no idea what it is, but it's not hurting me, so I'm just not going to pay attention to it. Well, lucky me, I gained 3 from it, but I lost 85 subscribers from this other category over the span of time. 74%. So these gigantic numbers that I'm talking about of losing, per day, 74% came from this category. Now, you read the description and it's basically these are things that aren't covered in anything else. Well, the question is, well then what are they? If it's not coming from the subscription feed, if it's not coming from YouTube search, if it's not coming from your channel itself, if it's not coming from the video page, right? Like if, say, a video seriously upsets people or people don't like it, the video itself will actually tell you, okay? If somebody's watching a video on any channel and you hit sub or unsub to a channel, that feeds into the analytics. That creator can tell, okay, on this video, like this specific one right now, I will know that if somebody's watching it and unsubs, you'll see that. I'll see it on that video page. It wouldn't even be here. Also, I looked at the videos. Okay, well, let's look at these specific hot dates, right? The dates that everybody's leaving. What's the video that went up that day? Did anybody leave on that video? Answer, no. No, I put videos up every one of these days because I do one video every day. And what you see, nobody's leaving on those days on that video. So what is other? And why is it 74%, 85 subscribers? So, again, not whining because, I think there's a difference between a YouTuber making a mistake or doing something stupid, losing 100 people or whatever, and saying, YouTube hates me. It's not my fault, it's YouTube's. I think there's a difference between that, when it's probably the creator, versus I sincerely just don't understand what it is. Are they fake accounts? Because if they're fake accounts, well, wouldn't they just be closed accounts? Is that what they are? Like, are they spam bots or spam accounts in general? I don't think so. Honestly, what I'm kind of building up towards, I know it's taken me a long time, it's a well-known fact. I think about YouTube that YouTube unsubs people all the time. I mean, I get people that'll literally come up to me, online, Twitter, YouTube itself. People will come up and say, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but like YouTube unsub, which I don't. I mean, I don't know any of that stuff. YouTube unsubbed me from your channel. I had to kind of resub, right? I've gotten that. I've seen dozens of creators with hundreds of people that tell them those things. So I guess what this is all working towards is almost like I'm being a detective. I'm trying to like place blame. I'm really trying to figure out the issue. To be honest with you, if you're trying to give YouTube leeway, then my question would be, what does other mean? Who are considered these others? How did they even sub in the first place? How are they unsubbing? How are they unsubbing if they come from an other category? Okay, what's the answer? That's if I want to be nice to YouTube. The actual response is they're either all spam accounts, which I highly doubt. Truly, 85 over like a 10-day stretch. I highly doubt that. Or YouTube is just unsubbing people. And if YouTube just automatically undoes the button for you, well, of course it's not going to appear in any other of these subcategories, right? Of course it would appear in an other category because there's really no explanation for it because YouTube just did it. So I truly believe that's what's happening. I don't think it's just happening to me. I don't think I'm special, like I'm one in a million. I think this happens kind of all the time. It's never really happened, at least on this scale, at least on this channel, right? And again, that's why I kind of bring it up because it's smaller. If it's under a certain amount, and this channel's 6,000, right? If it's around 6,000, I can see it. I don't care too much. No, you gain 3 one day, you gain 1 the next, you gain 0 like 3 days in a row. It's the way that it is. I completely understand that. But then when you lose 85 over a stretch, or you get to, 6,100, and then all of a sudden I check a couple days later and I lost like 40 subs. I lost like, by the way, I mean, you could tell based off these numbers, within like a 2-day span, I lost like 40 subs. So, on the main channel, I may not even notice that. I think a lot of people, like if a Markiplier loses 40 subs a day, he could literally care less, right? In fact, you wouldn't even notice it because you're gaining more than you lose. But for a channel of 6,000, when you lose 45 in all, when you lose 45 from your high, well, of course you're going to notice it. And then when you kind of do some digging and you say, okay, well, what was my mistake? I'll blame myself. I have no issue. I've said some stupid stuff. I've done some stupid stuff, and people have unsubbed because of it, okay, throughout my entire career on YouTube. But when it's the other category, what have I actually done? I mean, because it's not coming from a video. It's not coming from people on my YouTube page. So did I offend anybody? No. Did I make a video that people didn't really like? No. Is it people that subbed for one reason and then I never really made more videos like that? No, not really, because that would have appeared in a different category. I would have seen that number somewhere else. Instead, it's this unexplainable other category. So I guess I make this video, as a coping mechanism or a venting mechanism to my community. Again, I appreciate the support. I know where the views are on this channel. I know what to expect of the viewership and of the engagement and stuff. I like making videos on this channel. I'm not expecting to gain 50 subs a day or, for this channel to even become super, super big. It's a side channel. It's literally plus podcast now plus. So I do get it, right? I want to make sure, again, you guys know I'm coming at it hopefully the right way. I appreciate the support. I'm not down in the dumps. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to shut down the channel or anything like that. But it's very odd that this stuff has happened. I know it's happened with other people. I don't know how much it happens with smaller people, right? So maybe, other people have experienced something like this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for your continued support, and I hope to see you all on the next one.